Hi folks, this is going to be J7. This is the IXL, Algebra 1. I'm going to do the section J7, which is solve equations by completing the solution. So I'm on the right location. Let's go there and let's see how they look. It says that they want to divide both sides by 4. So I divide the left side by 4 and divide the right side by 4. Since, where is it? Oh, there we go. Come on, there we go. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then we're supposed to subtract 1 from both sides. That gives us 3. And we submit. Let's see, I'll see if I can do this one fairly quickly. Now they want to subtract 10 from both sides. So we have 9 left on the right. And then we're going to divide by 9 on both sides and get 1. They even tell you what to do. Now this one is interesting. Take a look at what happened. We took w plus 8 and divided it by 6. So we have to multiply both sides by 6. Now 6 times 15 is 90. And subtract 8 from both sides, and it looks like you get 82. So we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. In this one, we're going to multiply both sides by 17 and get 51. 3 times 17 is 51. And then we're going to subtract 19 from both sides and get 32. Nope, 22. Nope, 32. That's it. Since we're going to subtract 19 from both sides, I'm just taking 51 minus 19. In this one, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides and get 17. Then we're going to divide both sides by 17 and get 1. I'm probably going to need a calculator for the later ones. I guess I got it ready. In this one, we're going to multiply by 2 on both sides. And it tells us, it asks us, what did we do? And we're going to subtract 2 and get the 20. Interesting. In this one, we're going to divide both sides by -4. And then we are going to subtract 1 from both sides and get 2. In this one, we're going to divide both sides by 3. Notice that we didn't instantly start multiplying out the right side. If the left side had variables in it, then we would have to do that to start with. But it's nice if you just have to do the opposite to both sides. If you have a variable all by itself. Add 6 to both sides and we get 1. We're almost done already. Well, at least to the proficiency. Now in this one, we simplified on the right. So let's see what it says. Oh, they didn't ask us what we did there. They just want to know what the next step is. So it looks like, hang on. We didn't do any of those things. But we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. Oh geez, I hate it when they do it wrong. Okay, so they made a mistake, and they were thinking that we're adding 2 to both sides, but we really didn't. If we had added 2 to both sides, it wouldn't be wrong. It's just that it would give us this. If we had added 2 to both sides, if we had done that, then the next step right here, let me draw on this for a second. I just want to show you that they did make a mistake here. If we have 2b minus 2 plus 8 is equal to -6, it is actually not wrong to add 2 to both sides. What they actually did was that they added these two together right here, the 8 plus the -2, on the left side and got the 2b plus 6. That's what they did. Now, it wouldn't be wrong if they add 2 to both sides. But notice that I get something completely different. I get 2b, and if I add 2 to this side, the 8 is still there. And over here on the right side, we have -4. So if we had added 2 to both sides, then that's what would have happened. They just made a mistake. But it's okay. I mean, that's how you learn, is from mistakes. And sometimes it doesn't quite work out the way they expect. Now, in the next step, we literally subtracted 6 from both sides. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2 and get our -6. Yes, they made a mistake, but it's not that big a deal. What? Oh, I didn't see that choice to combine like terms. Huh, okay. So I guess it is there, I just didn't see it. So they do have the right thing there. All right, good to go. Let's see if we can fix it. All right, I'm going to subtract 13 from both sides. Guess I got to use the drop-down menu more carefully. Scroll with two fingers. There we go. Multiply by -15 on both sides, and you get 75. And that is a positive. All right. All right, in this one, we're going to subtract 11 from both sides, and then we're going to divide by 12, and it's still going to be 0. A lot of people are worried because they've heard that you can't divide by 0, and you can't, but you can divide into 0. Notice that when we have 12u is equal to 0, and we divide by 12 on both sides, 0 divided by 12 really is 0. It's how many times does 12 fit into 0, and it is 0 times. And u is by itself, because 12 divided by 12 is 1. The problem with dividing by 0 is that you're literally asking the following question. Now, this is not possible. This is asking how many zeros fit into 12, which is an infinite number, and it could be a negative infinite number too. And so it could be anything in between. So this is impossible. And we just say that it is not, it's undefined. I'm gonna go ahead and submit my answer. All right, in this one, we subtracted 3 from both sides. And we multiplied by 11 on both sides and got 99. Got to move on here eventually. It only took 7 minutes, it's all right. Now this one, we use the distributive property. Let's see if it's there. I see what I did wrong before. Oh, come on. Oh, I see the problem. I have to turn off my pen so I can use this. There we go. Oop, wait, go back. There we go. Apply the distributive property. Then we're going to add 38 to both sides. And we're going to get 34. And then we're going to divide by -34 and get -1. In this first step, we're going to distribute again. This is the distributive property. Okay, I turned off my pen, so that's good. Apply the distributive property. Then what are we going to do? We're going to add 3c to both sides, and we're going to get -61. Huh? C, don't forget the C part. I added 3c to both sides, and then we're going to subtract 80 from both sides, and then we're going to divide by -61 on both sides. I like these. These are really good. You have to put the reason how you, or your justification. So in this one, we added like terms. I really like this problem. Notice a very common mistake. Students do this all the time. I wish I could put this in red, but anyway, let's see. Does it let me change the color? No, it doesn't. It's okay. Here's the problem. 15w plus 15 minus 17w equals -7. Now I'm going to do something wrong, and I usually do this in red. Like I said, this is wrong, wrong, wrong. Never, ever, ever do this. and this. This is a very common mistake. This is wrong. Notice, wrong. Notice that I added 34 to the left and nothing to the right. This is wrong. You cannot do that. What you can do, however, is switch these two and then add the 15W plus the negative 17W. Now, what they actually did is they sort of in their head said, well, this is really plus negative 17W, and added it with the 15W to give them the negative 2W. So what they did was they combined like terms or simplified. Let me get rid of my pen so it doesn't mess me up. There we go. So we'll use the drop-down menu. We combine like terms. Then we're going to subtract 15 from both sides and get negative 22. When you subtract 15 minus 7, or negative 7 minus 15. And then you're going to divide by negative 2, not positive 2. You're going to divide by negative 2 and get 11. And okay, first step, we're going to distribute. Looks like they distributed the 2 to both parts. And then they combined like terms. They added the negative 40 and the 18 together. Then they subtracted 20W from both sides and got negative 4W. Don't forget to put the W on there. Then they added 22 to both sides. Negative 6 plus 22 is 16. And then they divided by negative 4 on both sides and got negative 4. Okay, in this one, we started by distributing the negative 4. Then they combined the like terms, the negative 32p with the 17p, which gave them negative 15p. Then they did what? They added 19p to both sides, didn't they? And then they added 72 to both sides. And then they divided by 4 on both sides. And 4 goes into 76 19 times, doesn't it? It's one short of 80. So 20, if this was 80, it would be 20, so it's 19. Does that look like we got them all? Oh, almost done. It did take a little while. All right, we distributed the negative 2 to start. Wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. There it is. Didn't see it. Oh, hang on. Oh, and we have to fill it in. That's 28. Oh, it already had the plus. That is positive 28. Notice a negative 2 times a negative 14 is positive 28. Now we combine like terms. Oh, I like this. This is nice. 28 and 8 is 36. And then we're going to subtract 36 from both sides. I like this. And we're going to get negative 38. And then we're going to divide by negative 38 and get our 1. And we're done. And a couple more. Oh, I really like these. Let's see. I'm going to distribute the 4. Use the distributive property. And I'm going to get 44 there. 4 times 11 is 44. Then I'm going to add the like terms. The 16x and the 8x gives me the 24x. And I added like terms together, or combined like terms. And then I'm going to subtract 11x from both sides. This is so cool. And it's going to give me 13x. And then I'm going to subtract 44 from both sides. This is so good. Subtracting 44 gives me negative 39, huh? And then I'm going to divide by 13 on both sides. And I'm going to get negative 3. really like this. Let's do maybe 2 more. Wow, this is great. Okay, so I apply the distributive property. There it is. And I got to tell them what I got. -3 times -20 is +60. And then we are going to add the like terms. 15x minus 10x is 5x. And I just combine like terms. And then I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides and get -55. And then I'm going to tell what I did. And then I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides. And I'm going to get -11. And maybe one more. Okay, I'm going to distribute to start with. I'm actually distributing multiplication over addition. That's the proper way to say that. -4 times 4c is -16c. And then I am going to combine like terms. Basically, I'm adding the 3c with the -16c, which is going to give me -13c. And then I'm going to subtract 12c from both sides. It's going to give me -25c. And then I'm going to add 64 to both sides. So I'm going to add 64 to both sides, and I'm going to get 50. And then I'm going to divide by -25 on both sides and get my -2. Don't make any mistakes there. Looks like it's good. And they're going to make me do the last one, but that's good. I like these a lot. So I'm doing the distributive property, and that's 16r. And then I combine the -60 with the 12 to give me my -48, it looks like. And then got to say what I did. I combined like terms. I added, sorry. Don't want to mess that up. That's -48. Same thing as plus a -48. Just be careful, don't put the negative in there because they already have a -48 there. I combined the like terms and got the -48. Now I'm going to subtract 18r from both sides. And I'm going to have a -2r. And then I'm going to add 48 to both sides. And 48 and 16 makes 64, huh? And then I am going to divide by -2 on both sides. Oh, I said divide. And I'm going to get -32. Looks like everything's right. Make sure that 48 and 16 actually does give you 64, and it does. Looks good. And it looks like we're done. Oh man, I am so happy I did this one. It's a really good practice for my students. They're definitely going to be doing this. Obviously, it's going to take you a little while. It took me 17 minutes. It may take you a little longer. So good luck. Get her done, guys.